Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel once again. In today's video we are going to do some technical analysis in GBP, JPY and probably some other pairs too. So let's begin with GBP, JPY. As you can see on my screen right now, I'm currently looking for a buy opportunity on GBP, JPY. Now that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys, or that is what I'm going to explain to you guys, how possible I am waiting for a confirmation to buy GBP, JPY. As you all know, technical analysis is the key of trading, because there is no amount of risk management that you can apply to your chart without a proper technical analysis in your chart, without a proper view of the chart and knowing the direction of the market. There's no way you can win. If you're entering trade blindly, there's no way you can win this trade. So stick to this to the end of this video and learn something from this video and pay more attention. Now, if this is your first time of coming across to my channel, do me a favor to like and subscribe, then turn on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a video like this, you'll be the first person to be notified. Now we are going to start this analysis with the 3 months time frame. Let's go over to the 3 months time frame. Now at the 3 months time frame, you can see I've plotted my key level in this market. Now this is the hold on, I think I'm having some network issue. Here is the upper zone and the middle zone, then the lower zone. Now the reason why I plot these key levels at this particular place is that, as you can see, market gets to this point right here. Market gets to this point. Market gets to this point and failed to break below to the downside, and then you can see multiple rejection at this particular zone right here. So this becomes our key level, because this is where I probably call the price selling, where the price floor, where price refuse to go more down. Now at this mid zone, you can see the neckline, because let's say this is some confirmation, some pattern right here at the downside. Now you can see almost four or three times rejection at this down zone right here, and then we pull now. Let me just give you some proper. Now we are having a push to the upside right here, and then this market came all the way down and could not break below that area and give us what, a lower high right here, and then push back to the downside, then giving us what, a double bottom, because this market could not break below this place to form more lower low. So now we hang here forming a forming a double bottom. Then instead of breaking more high to form a higher high, we could not do that. Then we hang right here and break below again. Hopefully, I thought this market might keep rallying to the downside, but yet we came to this support level again and could not break below. Then right now we came back to this previous resistance level around here, and then we broke it. The 3 months candlestick closed above this neckline right here. As you can see, this is the neckline. This is the neckline. Now this is the neckline, and you can clearly see right here that this neckline has been broken right at this particular place. Now at this point, what we are looking for is buying opportunity from this area right here. We are looking for a buying opportunity probably from this yellow bar to this yellow upper zone right here. And we cannot place a trade on the 3 months time frame, so we have to break it down to at least lower time frame where we can find a proper entry point. Now let's go over to the monthly time frame. Now what we can see in the monthly time frame is probably almost the same thing that the 3 months time frame showed us earlier. I'm a trend trader, so I will surely draw my mini trend line right here. If mini trend line right here, so probably in the daily time frame or monthly or 4 hour time frame, I would have been able to take my entry right here. I'm just giving an example. This is the monthly time frame. There's no way we can come to trade at the monthly time frame. Now let's go over to the weekly time frame and see what we have to trade there. Now right here at the weekly time frame, you can see a clear double bottom. You can see a clear double bottom right at this zone. There's a clear double bottom right here that pushes this market all the way to the upside. Now this market broke this now here is exactly where we broke this support level and the 3 months time frame where we discussed about it earlier. Then we pull back into the neckline in the weekly time frame, then having another resistance area right here. Probably here would have been where the trend would have changed back to the downside. Then we came back down and formed a double bottom, which gives us an indication that this market is likely to continue rallying to the upside because the previous support level is not yet been broken, and then the resistance level is broken right here. Now we are in the highest resistance area where we can possibly see or wait for the market to make its decision, then we can know what to trade next. But the reason why I'm looking for a buy opportunity is the reason why you have to go over to the daily time frame and know what we are doing there. Right at the 4 hour time, right at the weekly time frame, we can see a clear double bottom which is pushing this market to the upside again. So let's go over to the daily time frame and know if we can see a good entry point on the daily time frame or probably at the 4 hour time frame. Now right here at the daily time frame, you can still see some higher high and higher low formation, which simplify that this market is still in an uptrend, because if you look at this particular place, here is the previous resistance level that just turned to support at this area. This previous resistance level is now serving us as support at this area, and this market was unable to break below this support level. I wish we saw something like this, then we would have been looking closely for a sell. But this market is still in an uptrend. That is why it was able to break this resistance area to the upside. So we are still looking for a long opportunity, no more short on GBP JPY. Now let's go over to the 4 hour time frame where we would possibly take our entry to the upside. Now on the 4 hour time frame, you can see the reason why I'm not yet bullish in GBP JPY. The reason why is probably because of these rejections I'm seeing right here. Now immediately this market breaks this resistance area right here, then I'm going bullish on GBP JPY because there's nothing stopping us from reaching 250. But for now, you cannot predict on taking a trade from this point straight to this place. This is way too far, and you're not going to expect to win this trade in a couple of weeks. This will take years to go, or probably 1 year or more. So we are going to look for, now all we will do at this point is to keep adding what position in each pullback. Now if we see something like this, if we can get a push to the upside, like this, and a pullback, this is giving us another support level, then we can take our entry point right at the support level again. Then if you can see another resistance forming at the break of this resistance, this previous resistance right here, if you can see that this market push all the way to the upside again to form another higher high, then you should be able to take your entry point right at the pullback again, to this resistance level. Now immediately you see this resistance level turning, serving us as support at this area, then you should take your entry point by some confirmation like the candlestick confirmation, and remember to draw your trend line too when taking a trade. Remember to add your Fibonacci for more accurate decision in your trade. Now we are going to be putting or adding more position in each retracement. Now that is how you can possibly enter more position in each trade. I don't like stacking or putting much more position in one particular pullback. In each pullback, I add one position. In each pullback, I add one position. Now, this is a full technical analysis on GBP JPY. Let's go over to Euro USD. Let's know what the market is doing over there on Euro USD. Now, this is Euro USD. The reason why you see me predicting if we are going short or if we are going long is because of this neckline right here. It's because of this neckline. Now you can clearly see that this market broke the neckline right here. This market broke the neckline right here. But not only broken the neckline, we came back to that particular neckline again. Now we don't know if we will continue to see a push to the downside just like this. We don't know if we would see something like this to the downside. That means if this happens, that means this neckline is very strong for this market to continue pushing all the way to the upside. Now, the next one again is that I'm probably sure that this neckline is already broken in 4-hour time frame and probably the daily time frame, but you all know I'm a trend trader, so I'm still waiting for a clear break of this mini trend line right here before I can possibly take a buy position on Euro USD. But it seems that sellers are coming in this market strongly, so that is why I'm still not yet sure of the direction of this market. Now, what I can clearly see is that if we break this mini trend line, we are going for long position. But if we break this trend line right here, this one, that means we are going for a short position to the downside. Now, let's go over to the 3 months time frame to see what the market is doing over there. Now we are currently at Euro USD 3 months time frame. The reason why I plot my key levels at this place is because these are the area I can possibly get more touches as I wanted. Now you can clearly see that we are at this particular place where we can see some rejection from the support level and from the resistance level. Now this market came down to form a lower low. Probably this market would have kept pushing to the upside, but came to this place and was unable to break above to give us another higher high formation, because this market is already an uptrend market in 3 months time frame. Then we failed to break above this particular place right here, and then we came back to form equal low and failing to break below this previous low to continue to the downside. We came back up again to form another equal high, and we failed to continue pushing to the upside again. Then we came back and broke this low slightly, but still was unable to continue to the downside. And then we pull back into the zone. Now we are all the way rallying back to this particular zone right here. We expect this market to come back to this zone right here. Now, since we have seen the picture of what is going on in the 3 months time frame, let's go back to monthly time frame and know what the market has to say about this range in 3 months time frame. Now here is the monthly resistance level that just got broken. Now we broke this monthly resistance level by pushing all the way to the upside to this particular place. Then we pull back to this resistance level, meaning we turned this resistance level to our support level right now, and we are pushing all the way to the upside. Now we came here and put in a higher high formation, and then we pull back to this previous resistance level again, giving us, meaning that this little resistance level is you and here turned to our support level right here, and then we pull back trying to break above this resistance level that has just formed, but couldn't break above it. Now we formed a double top right there, and this double top we would have been the reason why this market will continue rallying back to the downside. But then we came back to the downside again and sustained above this support level. We could not break this support level. Then we started rallying to the upside. Now we wish this market, or we hope this market would come straight to this level or probably break it above to this yellow bar right here. For now we are looking for a buy setup that will push this market to this little yellow zone right there. Now let's go over to the daily time frame and see the direction we would probably face on the daily time frame. Now here is the daily time frame. As you can see, we have a clear double bottom right here looking at us. We have a clear double bottom right here. Now we are already at the neckline, waiting for the market to make its decision so that we will know if the neckline will be properly broken to the upside. Then we can take a buy position, or probably if we will see some retracement in this neckline, then we will know that we are coming back to this zone right here. Now if we are unable to break above this neckline right here, if we are unable to break above this neckline, that means we'll probably come back to retest this support level right there. So now let's go back to for now. In this particular place, you can see that this market came to this area that we talked about earlier and started printing lower low and lower high formation, getting to this particular place where you can see a clear double bottom. So this double bottom reversed this market to the upside. Now we don't know if this market will keep pushing all the way to the upside back to this yellow zone right here. Now we have to make that decision on 4 hour time frame where we'll possibly take our entry to the upside or to the downside, but probably we are going to make a decision on the 4 hour time frame that would give us an entry point confirmation that this market is going to a certain direction. Now let's go over to 4 hour time frame. Now you can see on the 4 hour time frame that this is a clear retracement. This is a retracement right here. So we are waiting for this market to make its decision right at this particular place. Now if you can see a clear candle close above our mini trend line, if you can see a clear candle close above our mini trend line, then we are going for a long position. But if we see a candle broke below this trend line, that means this neckline held this market tightly, and then we are going back to retest this particular double bottom, which gives us a which gives us another support level, or maybe we might broke to the downside and continue to the downside. But these are the concepts you are looking to take this trade. It's either we broke the mini trend line or the other trend line, then we can take a buy or a sell at this particular point right here. Now same rule applies on the DXY. I guess same rule applies on DXY because Euro USD is DXY upside down. Now this is the dollar index. As you can see, exactly what we explained on Euro USD, that's what we are still seeing here on the dollar index. Now we don't know the decision of this market yet. Maybe we might break this trend line and continue to the upside, or probably we'll break this mini trend line right here and continue on the downside. Now we are currently waiting for this market to do its thing. As you can see, when we get to this mini trend line, we see a candlestick. I'll push it back to the upside again, and when we get to this trend line again, we'll see a candlestick that will push the market to the downside again. Now we are waiting for the market to give us a proper view of what we are going to do next. Then we can strike, take our buy or take our sell at this point in time. Now if you're watching this video, or if you came across this video early, make sure you backtest on everything I say right here, then you can make a good decision in your trading. And thanks for sticking with me to the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Comment if you want us to cover something else in the next video.